everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Nilva Kapadia, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about the difference between the compound and the pure chocolate. But before even if I go in the comparison of compound and pure chocolate, I'm going to talk about the difference between cocoa butter and palm oil. Now, the common thing about both of them is both are plant based derivatives. Palm oil comes from the fruit grown on the palm trees, and cocoa butter is extracted from cocoa beans. Now, naturally, that you can see that cocoa butter is it comes in a solid form and it has a natural fragrance of chocolate or cocoa in it, and palm oil it comes in a liquid or semi-solid forms, and it is almost colorless and odorless, and it is widely used in cooking, in bakery, in confectionery, and in making compound. Cocoa butter is widely used in making pure chocolate or bean to bar chocolate, and it is also used a lot in the cosmetic industry. Now, if I have to talk about the melting points of both cocoa butter and palm oil, so the melting temperature of cocoa butter is somewhere between 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, whereas palm oil, the melting point is between 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Hence, when it is used in compound gets more stability even in a little hot environment compared to pure chocolate, because pure chocolate has cocoa butter in it and the melting point of cocoa butter is less compared to the palm oil. Now, coming to the price point, there is a huge difference in the price of both of them. So, if I talk about palm oil, the price of palm oil starts somewhere from 120 rupees per liter and goes till 200 rupees per liter, depending on the quality and the company. And the price of cocoa butter, on the other hand, it would start from 1600 rupees a kg and it will go till 2500 to even 3000 rupees a kg, again depending on from where you are taking and the quality and the source of the cocoa butter. So these are kind of major difference in the palm oil and cocoa butter, and you can see there is a huge difference between the pricing of both. Palm oil is also one of the most widely used and available oil in the entire world. It is most commonly grown and widely available. Whereas cocoa butter, of course, because of the rare production of cocoa butter is extracted from cocoa beans. Hence, the price of cocoa butter is much higher. Now let's go into the composition of compound and pure chocolate. How is it made? So if I have to talk about compound, okay. So in compound, I will mix palm oil, I will mix cocoa powder, and then I will put in sugar. And if I'm making milk compound, I will put in milk powder to it. On the other hand, if I'm making pure chocolate, I'll put cocoa powder, I'll put cocoa butter, and I'll put sugar in it. If I'm again making milk chocolate, I'll add milk solids to it. So this is the basic composition of compound and pure chocolate, where sugar, cocoa powder, and milk solids are common and the fat gets changed. So, if it has cocoa butter in it, it is pure chocolate. If it has palm oil in it, it is compound. So, this is how the basic composition goes. Now, how is cocoa powder derived? So, when cocoa beans are put into extractor, and if I extract the fat, that is cocoa butter, from cocoa beans, I will be left with dehydrated or powdered form of cocoa, which is cocoa powder. So normally, if you go in the market to buy cocoa powder and cocoa butter, you will find that cocoa butter is more expensive than cocoa powder. So the price of cocoa powder would start somewhere from 600 to 650 rupees per kg, and it will again go till 1200 to 1300 rupees a kg, depending on the quality of cocoa beans and the quality of cocoa powder. And as I've already told, the price of cocoa butter is more. It starts from 1600 rupees kg. Of course, depending on the season, depending on the place, geographical locations, the prices vary a lot. So this is basically the composition, and I hope I have explained you the exact ingredients which goes in compound and which goes in chocolate. Now look at the packets of compound and chocolate. So here I have a packet of compound with me, and it's a milk compound. And on the label, I can, if I read the ingredients, I can see it has sugar, which means first ingredient that is mentioned on the packet is sugar, which means sugar is in the highest percentage, because according to the food norms you have to go in the descending order from higher to the lowest proportion of ingredients. So that is how ingredients are mentioned on the label. So first it says sugar, then it says hydrogenated palm kernel oil, then it says milk solids, then comes the cocoa solids, and then emulsifiers and salt and natural flavor and all those things. So this is the composition of milk compound. Now if I check the ingredients on my dark compound packet, so again here, since it is 46% dark compound that I'm looking at, sugar is in the higher proportion. If I was looking at a 55 or 60% dark chocolate, then sugar would have been the second ingredient. So sugar is the first ingredient again, then the cocoa solids, then it has cocoa butter, then it has emulsifier, and identical like flavoring like vanilla, which is added in the chocolate. So these are the ingredients that you see that is there in your compound and pure chocolate. Now coming to the part of understanding, when we work with pure chocolate, why do we require to temper it? Now we have understood the composition and the raw material and the ingredients, right? So you see that cocoa butter is in the solid form. So if I melt cocoa butter, it has a particular molecular structure. The moment I melt it, the molecular structure breaks. And when it breaks, if I put it in the mold, my chocolate is not going to set. So just to bring back the molecular structure together, I need to temper my chocolate. So basically, I'm tempering the chocolate because it has cocoa butter in it. That is the reason I don't need to temper compound when I'm working with compound, because it does not have cocoa butter in it, it has palm oil in it. So this is the reason we temper pure chocolate. So I hope I was able to explain you clearly in very simple words what's the difference between compound and pure chocolate, what are the main ingredients, and what is the composition and how it is made. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment box, and I'll answer those questions.